Hey, what's going on there? Just wanted to pop in here real quick. We've got the latest forecast for the tropics for the North Atlantic hurricane season from Colorado State University, and I kind of wanted to go over that real quick. Um, but first, what's Ernesto up to? Well, it looks like Ernesto is going to kind of meander off out into the wild blue yonder. Unfortunately, looks like Bermuda is going to be impacted the most by this particular storm. But that's we're 5 storms in, and wanted to uh, go ahead and see if we take a look at the actual um, forecast or report from Colorado State University, which, by the way, is they're kind of a big deal with this whole thing. And if you're an adjuster or you're interested in being an adjuster, you're certainly well aware of these guys. But let me see if I can share this real quick. Yeah. So, according to this, which is the latest one from about I don't know 5 or 6 days ago, they still have a above normal confidence for the forecast, and it looks like they've got 23 named storms, 12 hurricanes, which is up from their earlier forecast earlier in the year, and 6 major hurricanes, which is a category 3 or above. Um, so it's pretty significant, and we are, according to me, in my experience, and I think the stats back this up, but hurricane season really doesn't start until basically the middle of August. So we are just now hitting the beginning of the start of the peak. There's sort of an inflection point, kind of an elbow in that curve, and we're just now hitting it. Even though there's only one storm out in the Gulf, that can change. By the end of next week, we could have a Category 5 hurricane making landfall. It's just too hard to know specifically what's going to happen. And Colorado State University has been pretty good at this, and they have pretty high confidence that this is going to, we still have 18, 19, 20 storms left of the season, 5 or 6 major storms left of the season. So they've got a 56% chance of at least one major landfalling hurricane along the entire U.S. coastline. The normal average for past 100+ years is 43%. The U.S. East Coast is 30% for this year, for this season, when they normally have a 21% average. And then, of course, from the Florida Panhandle to Brownsville, Texas, you've got a 38% chance, which is 11% higher than the normal average. That's pretty significant, right? Probability for at least one major storm tracking through the Caribbean, whether or not it makes landfall, is 61%. After August 5th, and this is the 13th. So, not insignificant, right? Can you see me, Leona? Let me know if you guys can still see me. Anyway, this is the beginning of the storm season, and I want to show you this next graphic here. Definitely let me know if you can't see anything or if it looks like something's messed up. This is the tropical storm and hurricane frequency for all years, average over the past, pretty much since they've been keeping records. The thing to notice here is that August is when things really, really kick off, right? So for hurricanes, which are red, from July to August, you have 4, almost 5 times as many hurricanes statistically starting pretty much right now. And then it almost doubles again in September, which is the true peak of hurricane season, the middle of September. And then October starts to taper off, but it's still at least almost as active as August. And then November even is still, as active as July. We've already had, how many storms do we have in July? Like 3 or 4. So, and they're suggesting that the um, screen black again. They're suggesting that the uh, um, because of the El Nino or the La Nina rather, and the warm temperatures in the Gulf, that this is going to be kind of a late season, meaning that there's the major activity is going to start was going to really going to happen later in the season, which I'm not exactly sure if that means like November or if it's just going to be like we're not going to August is going to be pretty quiet and then things are really going to explode in September. But either way, according to the stats, we've got October, right? If we discount November, which does have some activity, if we have October, September, and then the rest of August, that's 2.5 months that are left in this. So season's not over. In fact, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's just now getting started. So this is really just kind of the beginning of of the season. So the number one thing I can tell you guys to do is to get licensed. Get the licenses, every license from Texas all the way to North Carolina. I'd even pick up Arkansas and Oklahoma in there as well. If you've got, the ability to, the resources, or the time, also pick up New York and Delaware. Let's see, is it Delaware up there? I think it's got a license. There's a handful of other licenses in the Northeast because they may get some activity up there as well. It's hard to say, right? And then, of course, being good at Xactimate is important as well. And then having some claims process knowledge is also extremely important. So with that said, I do have a live workshop that we're doing tonight that's going to be on Zoom. And if you want to register for that, let me send you the link here. Totally free. Love to see you in there and, hop on. You can ask questions. We're going to kind of do a little mini training, talk about basically how you can make, $19,000 in 3 weeks on your first storm, how that works, how you would schedule that, what does that exactly look like, how you get paid, and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we'll talk about, opportunities that Adjuster TV has for training as well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, get back to your day. But thanks for hopping on here. Hopefully you're able to see the screenshots that I was showing. If not, then the YouTube gods hate my guts. Catch you guys later.